Hello YouTube, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for joining me again in my videos. I picked up a real bargain today, car parking sensor system, £2. Got it from a charity shop. I do pop in there occasionally to see what bargains they've got for like gadgets and stuff like that. And I picked this up for £2. It's brand new, basically. It's got all the sensors in there which are going to be drilled with this drill bit included. That's the box that does all the controls from the sensors and for the monitor, power, all the leads with it. The actual display module is in my car at the moment. I've just had to put it into place, see if the wire was long enough to go to the back of the car. Anyway, this is for a Chrysler Grand Voyager. This is my bumper. I've taken it off the vehicle itself. If you've got a Grand Voyager, it's really simple to get the bumper off. All you've got are, so let's look at it from the proper way. There's two screws, one this side and one this side, and down by the wheels, go underneath here. I can show you a good angle there. You've got three more holes on either side where the back wheel goes. 1, 2 and 3, and that's on both sides. And the bottom of the bumper, you've got these little plastic grommets. There's 4 of them, 1, 2, that's underneath by the way, 3 and 4. They just pull off quite easily. And what I've done is, I've done a template where I'm going to put each sensor. Now I've put them from the middle. There's 20 centimetres going that way for one sensor, 20 that way, so that's a 40 centimetre gap. The instructions on this recommend between 30 and 40 centimetres gap. Then another 40 for the end sensor on the end of the bumper. Now I've taken the bumper off because behind the bumper you've got a lot of metal. I don't want to screw these holes in when I've come to against a piece of metal. I'll show you the car now. So this is the back of the Chrysler. As you can see, I removed the bumper. There's 3 screws that I took off there. Same the other side, and it's inside here is the other screw. Anyway, this is the metal bit behind it, and one of the sensors is going to go just in this gap here, the other sensor in this gap here. If I was drilled the wrong place, it would have hit this metal bar here, and there'd be one about here and one about the end here. So if I drill those holes out now and then wire it into place. So here's my drill bit that come with a set. I'm going to put into my drill net and drill some holes in my bumper. Hopefully get it right first time, because you can't just get another bumper just like that. There we go. Right, so I'll get it into the centre where I want to go, and then we'll start to press the eagle. Yep. One hole. Remove a bit of plastic. Next one. Hole done. Got this in. Straight in there like that. Right, let's do that, Kai. And this one here is the last one. Okay, that's my 4 holes drilled out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice and equally spared out. Just see if they line up with the holes in the car now. Okay, I've just offered the bumper up to the car to see if it's all the holes have got nothing in the way behind it. It's got nice clearance behind each hole. So they look good to go.
What are you doing?
I'm putting some sensors into the car for a reversing sensor. And I'm just going to film it. Right, now might be a good time before you put insert the sensors into your bumper to label them up. Like mine is A, B, C and D. Don't know which one's which, as long as you get each one labelled up with a different letter corresponding to the unit. Because if you get sensor, see that's in the bumper, the far left hand passenger side, it goes A, then B, then C, then D across the bumper. If you get like the first one in the C and the second one in the D and so on, when you get your readout on your meter in the car, it tells you how far away you are from things and where the objects are. It will be confusing because it won't be correct. So label up your ends that go into your unit about now before you put them into the actual bumper, so you know which one's which. And that's number D, the letter D, let's see. C and A and so on. It's also important to follow the instructions of the actual sensors. This one's got the up on the top there, if you can read that. That's got to face upwards towards the top of the car. If it's slanted either left or right or upside down, it'll be facing the wrong way, to the floor perhaps. Another important thing. Got the sensors in the holes now. There's D, C, B and A at the end there. And just got to wire them up now to this unit. Screw the bump back on again. And right. Now as you can see, I've got my end pieces in here somewhere. There we go. There's like D, so I know exactly where I've got what the wires coming through. I've got to tie them a little bit and put them into place. There we go so far. Now for the power to the actual unit, I'm using these little cable lock connectors, which will go straight into the reversing light bulb. So when the reversing light goes on, it activates the unit. These will crimp into that, so I'll do that next. Okay, the removal of a backlight for Chrysler is very simple to do to get to the electronics for your connections. But there's two rubber grommets, one there and one down here. You just got to prise these up slightly with a screwdriver, like so. When you get it so far, just pull it, and that'll come out, no problem. There's two of those to do. So that's it, that's that one out. And then the light will just come away from the vehicle. And this is the connections I've made. I've used the black wire for the ground, and also the feed to the back reversing light is a blue and white one on a Chrysler. So that goes into the feed into the back of the unit, which will give it the power. And to put the light back on again, you just simply put it back into place and do the reversal of how you got the bolts out. Okay, I've stuck my power unit behind with the light. That behind it. So put the wires in first of all, and that'll be great. So there's my wires coming out from the sensors from the boot, from the bumper, going up. That's the feed coming from the monitor from the front of the car, and so I've got the inputs to the channels of the various sensors. Try to straighten up there. That's good. So yeah, and that's stuck on the side there. And I will then put that light back in place and it'll hide all. It's quite a nice neat installation. Okay, installation's complete. Made it as tight as I can. The boot closes down no problem. No wire showing. And there's my sensors. Nice. Okay, this is the sensor up here I've installed on top of my rearview mirror. My son's behind the car, just going to demonstrate the signals you get from the sensors. Just put it into reverse, it initialises itself. Now, Kai, you can walk towards the car now, Kai. So it tells you in meters. Yeah, walk up behind the car, Kai. it tells you how far away the object is, whether it's... If you go to the right of the car, Kai, if you go to the right of the car, to the right hand side, yeah, that's it. Now go to the left hand side, and it tells you the LEDs, the distances, like if you've got your object to the left or right hand side. Now walk right up to the car, Kai, and go left side, and then go to the left side, you can see the LEDs light up on the left hand side. And okay, go to the right again, Kai. That's it. And go to the middle. That's it. And go back a bit, about half a metre. Is that a bit about a metre away, is it? That's alright, it's working fine. And there you go, that's how it works. And if you take out reverse, the unit turns off and it's normal drive.